Tracking for you this evening on what's brewing today. Palo Alto-based cyber risk management firm Safe has raised $70 million in Series C funding. The round was led by Avatar Ventures with participation from Saskina Asia Venture Capital, Next Equity Partners, Prosperity 7 Ventures and existing investors including 8 Roads, John Chambers and Sorensen Capital, among others. From pioneering cyber risk quantification to delivering fully autonomous third-party risk management, Safe is now pushing the boundaries further. It has unveiled a fully autonomous continuous threat exposure management solution that aims to fast-track Safe's bold vision of CyberAGI or cybersecurity superintelligence and cement its dominance in the fast-evolving cyber risk landscape. To talk to us about what this means for Safe and the cybersecurity ecosystem at large, joining me now is its co-founder and CEO, Saket Modi. Saket, welcome back to Startup Street. Now, you've always positioned Safe as more than just another cybersecurity tool. You are building a strategic intelligence layer. Tell us what this fundraise means for Safe and how it fuels your larger vision to build CyberAGI.
Certainly, Shruti. First of all, it's an honor to be here with you. I've been on this show so many times with you.
Yes.
Every major milestone we've celebrated together, and it's such an honor to be back. So thank you so much for having me. To answer your question very objectively, Safe from day zero has always thought about the fundamental problem of cybersecurity, which is how do you go ahead and take risk-based decisions to go ahead and either reduce the likelihood or the impact of a particular cyber risk scenario or a hack, in other words. And that's something which been what we've been doing from the very, very beginning. We started from a market called cyber risk quantification. We crushed that market. We are the number one in the world. Forrester recently, almost a month back, came out with a wave of the top platforms on cyber risk quantification in the world. And we're on the extreme top right, not just on the top right, but the extreme top right, which means we are the number one on the planet. An adjacent platform to that we launched 2 years back, which is called third-party risk management. And we launched as the first ever vendor, which does 100% autonomous third-party risk management. And again, out there, we are fast becoming the absolute undisputed champion of that market. As an extension of that, we actually announced the third module in our same platform 2 days back, and that is called Continuous Threat Exposure Management, CTEM. And we use the same playbook that we had in CRQ, cyber risk quantification, and third-party risk management. Then how do you go ahead and deliver things 100% autonomous, end-to-end via agentic AI? So we put all of that together. This is all progressing towards our mission to achieve something called CyberAGI, which is ultra intelligence, super intelligence for cybersecurity.
Sure.
So that's what we are heading towards, and that's where majority of our funding will be used for.
Yes. Yes, we'll delve deeper into that, Saket, but let's now talk about your big product reveal. You claim it is the world's first fully autonomous continuous threat exposure management solution. So help us understand why this is a game changer for enterprise cybersecurity. You've called traditional, CTEM tools black box and lacking transparency. So tell us how Safe's model different and more actionable for risk and security leaders.
Yeah, so because we are champions of, you remember the first market which I spoke to you about, cyber risk quantification. That only happened because we use open standards like the FAIR model, like the attack MITRE framework, which is there, which is, by the way, the FAIR model, for example, is used by over 50% of Fortune 500 companies, majority of the government organizations around the world. Anybody can use it because it's an open standard. It's done via the FAIR Institute. So we have the commercial license to that, and we actually were the first companies to found the FAIR Institute. I sit on the board of directors out there, and of course, today it's a much bigger movement than just Safe by itself. We're applying the same degree of transparency to the CTEM market, which is basically vulnerability management, that all of the prioritization will be driven by open box, open standards, which is community driven rather than a group of smart people coming together and saying how the prioritization of issues should happen in an organization.
Okay, so from CRQ to TPRM and now CTEM, you're clearly building a layered long-term playbook, Saket. How do these pieces come together to drive Safe, closer to its vision of CyberAGI that you were mentioning?
So if you take a step back there, Shruti, I mean, if you think about OpenAI, Google, Meta, and the list is long. There are enough companies out there which are trying to build what they call as AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. And remember, they will build this based on generically available data on the internet, on social media, et cetera, et cetera. And I think a lot of that will happen in the near future. But when that happens on data which is mile wide but inch deep, there will be AGI in our view, which will be very, very super specialty. There will be
Sure.
a healthcare AGI, in other words, a doctor which can see any and every report and actually give a better analysis than any actual doctor, which will come, and that'll be health AGI. Similarly, in cybersecurity, there will be cyber AGI, which will promise the ultimate thing that cybersecurity is always promised. How can you make a company unhackable? How can you
Yes.
predict a hack and then detect if there's something going wrong and block it before anything
Okay.
goes wrong? And that is what we define as cyber AGI. And we will build cyber AGI is the commitment that we have to ourselves, most importantly, and then to our customers and investors and partners in the broader community.
All right. So, Saket, tell us what's next on the innovation roadmap. Should we expect Safe to venture beyond CTEM, or is the focus now on scaling this layer? And given you've posted triple-digit growth 3 years in a row, what is the revenue outlook moving forward?
Yeah, actually, Shruti, we launched the platform on your
Yes.
show in 2020, and
Yes.
5 years, the average growth in ARR has been 120% every year, year over year. So we plan to continue the triple-digit growth in the near future. We are easily one of the fastest growing cybersecurity companies in the world, and we do it in a sustained way. We don't do it with burning crazy amounts of money. Our magic number, which talks about the sales and market efficiency, is more than 0.7, which easily makes us best in class for a company growing on triple digit and at the same time being very, very efficient of growth. And that's really the reason why a lot of people today call as the funding winter, which is going on. Despite that,
Yes.
we were able to pull off a $70 million fundraise in a matter of a couple of months. So that talks about the strong first principles that we're building this company with.
Okay, one final question, and in 30 seconds, if you could answer that. What will it take for Safe to actually achieve CyberAGI, and how close are you today to making that leap?
CRQ, when we talk about TPRM, CTEM, and there'll be multiple such blocks that we'll have to add, Shruti. So are we very, very close to cyber AGI? The answer is no. I would give it anywhere between 5 to 7 years from where we are, more around the 2030 to 2035 range. But we think we're extremely well positioned to go ahead and achieve that better than almost any vendor out there in cybersecurity.
Well, on that note, it's time for me to wrap up our conversation. Saket, many thanks for your time and for joining us on Startup Street today, and wish you the very best. And we'll, of course, keep tracking your journey for the next 5 to 7 years till you hit that mark. Thank you so much.
I keep coming back. Thank you.